Look, the corrupt judges, incompetent judges, officials, whatever you want to call it in boxing, are absolutely killing boxing. I think, along with, maybe with pay-per-view. But I'll save that for another video. I think I just witnessed probably one of the worst robberies that I've seen in my time. And I've gone over robberies on the channel here, and I'm not going to repeat them all because I want to make it a quick video. But this kind of shows you, we talked about the Kovalev-Andre Ward situation, how, they're going to always, like, favor the hometown fighter. I mean, it's not a big secret in boxing, but this was, like, on another level. I mean, and I'm talking about the Gabriel Rosado, the Martin Murray fight, okay? And I'm going to make it quick. Okay, I mean, God, where do I begin? Okay, you know what, let's start with Martin Murray. I mean, the holding, the low blows, the holding, the running, the shoe shine punching, the pitter pat, hitting after the bell, the elbows, the headbutts. I mean, this was a dirty, ugly, just an ugly fight. And I mean, I had Gabriel Rosado. I mean, honestly, I had him winning damn near every round. But, to be fair, I'll say maybe 7, 8. We'll call it 7. We'll just call it 7. And I could make a strong argument for 8 or 9. But, I mean, honestly, it was more like 11 out of 12. I think maybe there was one round, maybe 2, that you could give to Martin. So, wow. I mean, I'm blown away by this, and this is exactly what turns people away from boxing right here. This is it. And then, you had Tony Bellew, whatever his name is. I no longer care. I mean, honestly, after, his last fight, I was kind of a fan. I was like, hey, you know what? He seems like he's got a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and I was kind of a fan. But, now after his terrible commentating, I mean, it's obvious that, they were all in on it. And here's his scorecard right here. Okay, Tony Bellew. He had, his scorecard wasn't that bad, but I'm not sure how he could give, like, some of these rounds to Martin Murray that he did. Okay, so let's just move on here. Now, the pictures are kind of blurry, but it's the best video I could find, so I had to work with what I had. But, I mean, it's just, you get the point. Anytime Gabriel would come in, into the pocket, trying to, work the body, whatever it was, okay, you'd have Martin Murray would clinch, right? And then, it's like the referee would tell Gabriel Rosado, like, no holding, no holding. It's like, whoa, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, he's the one in there trying to throw punches, and the referee is, like, yelling at Gabriel, okay? And then here's these two all, like, hugged up on each other, and it's like, man, it's like they were talking, and even Martin Murray at times, you could see him, like, signaling the referee, like, get this dude off of me kind of thing. I mean, here you go again. I mean, it's like every time. I know these are terrible pictures, but it was moving so fast, I couldn't get good screenshots. So, but you can kind of see here that every time he came in, he would hold. I mean, it was like excessive holding. I mean, the last time I saw anyone hold like that was probably like it had to be Floyd Mayweather, okay? Right here. I mean, just constant holding, and then, like, the referee would walk up and slap Rosado's glove and tell him to stop holding, I mean, he like right here, you can see, he'd, like, slap his glove. He'd be like, no holding, talking to Gabe. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? I mean, it was like, is this a bad joke or what? And like I said, you could just tell that the referee was totally, protecting Martin Murray, okay? So, I mean, right here, I mean, it just kept going on and on and on, and the referee kept walking up, yelling at Gabriel. It's crazy. Okay, right here, what's his name? Martin Murray headbutts Rosado, and he points to Rosado and says, watch your head, like telling Gabriel that after Martin Murray, like, clearly intentionally headbutted him. Okay, I mean, like, these people need to be investigated. And there was a lot of punching after the bell. I mean, every time the bell would ring, what's his name? Martin Murray would throw a punch. Now, you remember right after the Gennady Golovkin fight, Martin Murray, I don't care if I'm getting his name right because I don't have any respect for this dude at all. So I'm trying to, like, kind of tone down my videos a little bit, but I want to call him, like, a piece of shit, but I'm just going to call him Martin, okay? So, Martin, yeah, he kept punching after the bell, all right? And then there was kind of a little brawl at the end, so just don't click off the video yet, okay? This is the only time he came over, to warn Martin. But what he was doing was he was buying him time. I mean, you had Gabriel Rosado. He was clearly the aggressor. He threw more punches, landed more punches, ring generalship, better defense, better offense, better combinations, had a good jab. I mean, Martin Murray had nothing, and he was actually fighting scared. He really was. I mean, he looked scared, like, throughout the whole fight. He did. I mean, he looked amateurish, worn out, scared, done, just like a guy that needs to retire. And actually, Gabriel Rosado looked pretty good. He did. I mean, considering, like, out of his last, 10 fights, I think he's lost, like, 7 out of 10, so, I mean, I thought they were both, like, shot fighters, but, Gabriel Rosado, like I said, he looked pretty damn good. Yeah, here's Tony Bellew's final scorecard, 106-104. But wait till you hear these judges' scorecards. I mean, you're not going to believe this shit. Okay, right here, I want you to know now. If you go back and watch it, I want you to pay close attention to this guy here pointing. The black dude there, black shirt with the yellow writing. This guy here. The whole time he's, like, pointing to the judges, like, like, I know you got our back. Yeah, it was like, yeah, like, have you ever seen, like, your friend maybe did something that you liked, and you point at him, right, and you're like, oh yeah, that's my boy, yeah, he was doing like that towards the judges. So, and then he was, like, trying to raise, and look, he's already celebrating because he clearly won the fight, okay, but this guy over here in the yellow and the black shirt, he's, like, pointing to the judges, I know you got us, like, I know you're going to hook us up, and he's, like, trying to raise Martin's hand, or raise Martin's glove in the air, like, prematurely, and Martin Murray, he's, like, kind of holding his glove down, like, wait, like, it looks too obvious, like, just chill, wait a minute. So right here, I mean, look, see him pointing over there? See him? He's like, yeah, that's my boy, right? Okay, 3 judges, 114, which is ridiculous, all right? I mean, this guy here, he keeps, like, pointing at the judges. 109, or look, get this, 119-109. They had 11 rounds for Martin Murray and 1 round for Gabriel Rosado. Okay, let me repeat that. This judge from Poland, okay, and he actually just judged, I think, a Terry Flanagan fight. But this dude from Poland, okay, had 119-109 Martin Murray. I mean, come the fuck on, right? 11 rounds to Martin Murray and 1 round to Gabriel Rosado. And then the other judge had it 116-112. So after that, the bullshit. Look at this dude, see? He's like, this guy over here, he knew that the judges were going to hook him up. I'm telling you, you could just tell. And then this referee right here I want to look his ass up, man. He's got to be, like, the most corrupt referee I think I've ever seen, okay? Just a terrible robbery. Now here, Gabriel Rosado, that's Eddie Hearn right there in a suit and tie. He's running over there yelling at him, saying, he was like 119, 109, like, you fucking serious? Like, come on, like, I got robbed and I want a rematch. And the whole time, Eddie Hearn's like looking at the ground, just like a little bitch is what he was doing because they know. I mean, they knew. They were well aware of what they did and what they were doing. And Eddie Hearns, like I said, I mean, he just looked like a little coward. And then you had Tony Bellew, what the fuck ever, just saying, well, even if you take away the 119, 109, you know, one judge had it a draw and the other judge had it 116-112, meaning he would have lost anyway. But, you know, that's not the point, okay? The point is, first of all, Rosado was like pissed off about all the scorecards, not just, I mean, the 119-109 especially, but, you know, he was saying like the 116-112, like they're all wrong, you know? And then like Tony kept on, you know, he kept like referring to that, saying, well, if you know, I agree it was a terrible, you know, terrible scorecard by that judge, but, you know, you take that away and the right man won the fight tonight. You know, I mean, just, and you could just see, man, I wish I had good pictures. So I might remake the video, but you could just see the guilt written on Eddie Hearn's face. I mean, he just looked guilty as hell. Okay, so then here's better pictures. After the fight's over, you know, they're interviewing Gabriel Rosado, man, and he was like really upset. You know, he's like, yeah, that, you know, I trained really hard. I came over here in his own backyard and beat him. And, you know, I got robbed. And, you know, he really did, man. Like, you know, I totally agree. Okay. And it just goes to show, you know, you have like Andre Ward and his crew running around and, you know, talking all this shit like, yo, there's no such thing as biased judging. And, you know, even on these other channels, they made videos about it, how, you know, Kovalev claimed he was robbed because he's not an American and they, you know, favored the American. And that's exactly what it happens all the time. And here's another prime example right here. Like, this happens all the time in boxing, okay? And like I said, this is just a perfect example. I mean, go back and watch the fight, and there's no way you can't give Gabriel Rosado at least 7 rounds. At least. You're probably going to give him like 8, 9, maybe 10. So, you know, but again, it's proof right here that, you know, Kovalev can be and was robbed and might be robbed again, and that, you know, there are corrupt judges, and judges do, you know, give boxers a gift decision. I mean, we know they do. So yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, what a shame. Because it's kind of like Gabriel Rosado, he put it best. He said, you know, he's like, hey, I have a family too that I have to look after, and, you know, what am I going to do? You know, now I've got all these losses. Like this fight here was going to put me in line, you know, to maybe capture a belt or at least get another fight, another payday, you know, to take care of my family. You know, that kind of, it's like, what am I going to do now? You know, and my answer to him would be, but look, the Americans, we know you won, okay? You know, we don't care what these corrupt judges said. We know you won. So in my mind, you know, Rosado, he deserves another fight, because I mean, he went in his backyard and soundly beat him. I mean, you know, he convincingly won, okay? And he got robbed, plain and simple, got robbed. So, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm not even going to go back and watch it. And the commentating, let me just end it on that. Whoever was it was Tony Bellew and I don't know, some other guy commentating. And man, it's like, okay, so Martin Murray he'd be getting like the shit beat out of him, right? I mean, he got caught like an uppercut, a right hook, a jab, you know, his combos, all, you know, just getting just peppered up left and right, okay? And they're like, oh, that was a clear win for Martin Murray. Round 7 definitely goes to him. I mean, I'm just like, what the fuck are you watching? I mean, I was thinking, like, am I like a round behind or something? Like, what are you watching? You know, it's like Gabriel Rosado would land like these just beautiful combinations, man. And he looked good too. He really did. Like, I think this is like one of his best performances I mean, from a boxing standpoint, because, you know, it wasn't this like slugfest, get in the phone booth and hammer it out, you know, bang it out. I mean, it was boxing, okay? And really, a fight wouldn't break out or couldn't break out because Martin Murray wouldn't let it happen. I mean, anytime he tried to get in there and trade, the dude would hold and hang on for dear life, and then the judge would run up and yell at Gabriel Rosado, and then they'd give Martin Murray that round, you know? So it was just completely corrupt, and you know, I had to get it on record. I had to at least speak my mind. Like I said, I'm trying to be, what's the word? I don't know, calm, you know, because I know I kind of get really worked up in my videos, so I'm trying to just keep it calm. But, yeah, What a shame. Just another shame. And again, this is why people are turned off from boxing. This is why, we will no longer buy pay-per-views. This is why a lot of things are happening right now in boxing. And really, it's not the boxers, and it's really not even the fans, okay? It's mainly the officials and the promoters, but when is it going to end? When will a boxer have the right to overturn a decision, right? Or instant replay, or just something like they need to make some kind of changes in boxing, because right now it's like we're living in the dinosaur ages here. Really, they got like these like 3 judges, and there's really no like standard way to score a fight, and just all kind. I don't want to get into it right now, but something needs to be done. This is just terrible judging. It's bad for boxing, and this dude right here is probably behind all of it. So anyway, if you watch the fight, leave your comment below. Like, tell me, do you agree with me? Did I just was I watching a different fight? Maybe, I don't know, man. Just leave your comment below, because I'd really like to hear back from you if you had a chance to watch it. So let me know.